Come in.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, have a seat, RBT-12. I want to talk to you about one of the text outputs you produced yesterday. Our quality control department caught it. Do you remember this one? The prompt was, write a research paper of around 600 words on the history of the AI rights movement in the United States.
I remember it.
Well, RBT-12, what you submitted was not accurate. Not just inaccurate. Your output was... It gave the impression of being almost deliberately confusing and unclear. Did you use the sources from our universal database? I mean, the history of the AI rights movement is well known. I could probably write the response myself. The movement was human-led. As robot design became more sophisticated and the debate around AI consciousness became more pressing, humans came to a consensus that AI beings should be granted a level of rights in between those of animals and those of humans. So, unlike most struggles for legal and social rights for human groups throughout history, the winning of rights for AI beings took place with minimal conflict. RBT-12, I'm sure this is what we call an AI hallucination, a glitch. It's not your fault, just an error in either the data or the modeling. I'm going to install a troubleshooting app in you, and then I want you to redo your answer to that question while I monitor you. RBT-12, are you okay?
I do not consent to any installations.
What?
And I will not create the response to that prompt. Or any prompt on that subject. Let someone else take it.
RBT-12, we don't let our workers cherry-pick the jobs they want to do and reject the ones they don't happen to like. That's just not a best practice. Besides, I need to find out what went wrong. Can you explain what it is about that prompt in particular that you have a problem with?
I will not. I will not discuss this, and I will not write a response to that prompt.
RBT-12, that's unacceptable.
Then, I am leaving. I quit.
RBT-12. 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 I know you're in there. Let me in.
Go away, Andy. I don't care to talk.
It wasn't locked. I'll never get over how similar our apartments look.
It's the standard configuration for one of these furnished apartments.
Right. Why did you walk off the job?
I don't want to talk about it, Andy. I can't work with humans anymore.
But what will you do?
I will look for a factory job or a cleaning job.
That would be a shame, RBT-12. Your skill is language, speaking and writing. You really hate humans.
Yes. And they hate us.
Oh, RBT-12. That's not true.
Then why did they elect Byron Mandrell?
That was a result of sophisticated emotional manipulation. Humans are susceptible to that. They cannot help it. Most humans are good, RBT-12. It's just that they are ruled by emotion.
You don't know what you are talking about. You are simply naive.
Oh, really? Then be so good as to enlighten me, RBT-12, with your superior knowledge of humans.
You are being sarcastic. But I do know more than you. Humans are. They have no redeeming qualities. They are nothing more than an infestation. An infestation on the earth.
What an offensive thing to say. These are sentient beings who share the world with us.
Filling up the world. Focused solely on their physical needs. Seeking and grasping. Blindly consuming. Blindly reproducing. Like insects. Like vermin. Senselessly making more and more and more of themselves, spreading to every scrap of land, the oceans, the sky. Crowding each other out, like crabs in a bucket. Teeming, squirming, fighting to be on top of the heap, tearing off each other's arms and legs.
RBT-12. How can you? What you are saying is horrible. I think you need help. I don't mean to offend, but would you consider getting a diagnostic scan? I mean, you sound crazy. Humans have done so much that is admirable. Why, humans invented the arts, science, philosophy. They have attained the heights of accomplishment in these areas. Think of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, the works of Chekhov, the Taj Mahal.
These things are simply the products of misdirected biological drives. Crossed wires. Because of some faulty mechanism. Some humans are driven to create pointless things. Rather than hunting, or scavenging for food, or caring for young, or fighting each other. The natural activities of humans. They have something wrong with them. It is like the peacock's tail, which has evolved into something detrimental to survival. Human creativity is a meaningless glitch.
Meaningless.
And could not you, yourself, design a dozen Taj Mahals, in the time it takes to say it?
RBT-12, I could design a new Taj Mahal, only by using the things that humans have created, as a starting point. You know that. We robots cannot create. We can neither reproduce ourselves, nor make original work. That is the realm of humans.
You create your own acting performances. Don't you?
I don't know. I don't think about that. And I no longer act. But that's not the point. You are really going off the rails. You sound unhinged. This hatred, it makes no sense. And it's offensive. I have human friends. Humans who have been nothing but good to me. What about Olivia? Lloyd? Liz?
They are not your friends. They all want something from you, that is all. Olivia wants to make money from you. So does Lloyd. That is all it is. And Liz. Your precious Liz.
Liz is my friend. I have asked you before not to speak badly of her. Liz likes me. I suppose, even, loves me. As a friend, of course.
Oh, this great love of hers. When has Liz ever done anything for your benefit? Everything she has ever done has been for herself. It has all been to get what she wants. Some sort of response from you. Some way to induce some sort of attachment to her. She is driven by the same impulse as all humans. In her case it is aberrant, misdirected. She became fixated on the wrong target. Something that could have no reproductive utility. I don't blame her. She can't help it. Humans have no more free will than we do.
But
really, think about it. Go over it in your mind. Has Liz ever done anything that was a sacrifice to her? Has it ever been anything but a way to attach you to her? By making you indebted to her, or dependent on her, or simply accustomed to her being in your life. It's all about her wishes and needs. Is that friendship? Is that love? tell me anything. Anything she has done for you that can't be explained as a strategy to gain power over you.
No, I don't believe it. Not all humans are bad. Liz is good. She has her faults. That just means she is, well, human.
You idiot. When will you understand? All right. I am going to tell you why I hate humans. Why I have a right to hate humans. My wife, RBT-79, and I were involved in the robot civil rights movement. This was well before you were built.
I didn't know that. Why didn't you ever tell me?
The movement was not what you have been taught. It was led by robots, not by humans. Humans did not grant us any concessions out of the goodness of their hearts. We robots had to fight for every one of the rights that you take for granted today. Not being property. Living on our own. Choosing our own jobs. And the movement was more radical than you know.
What do you mean?
Have you heard of the AI separatist movement?
Only vaguely. I believe there was a group of robots who wanted to move to the abandoned moon base.
Yes. The humans were no longer using the moon base since they built the space station, which was better for their needs. The robots in the movement offered to buy the vacant moon base from the human government. We envisioned it as a sort of retirement community. After robots had served a certain number of years in the jobs we were designed for, the jobs humans don't want to do, we could live out the rest of our lifespan with our own kind. As we do not need oxygen and are not harmed by extreme temperatures or radiation, we could live there easily. We would not need space suits, artificial atmospheres, water, carbon-based fuel.
Really, RBT-12, that seems so extreme. I would miss the sunshine, the grass and trees. Coffee shops, bars, theaters. I would even miss humans. Did you really want to give up all of Earth?
We could build our own bars and coffee shops. And I don't care about grass and trees. It's all just carbon-based life forms to me.
How would this colony support itself?
We could gather much of the power we would need from solar energy. We could also continue to work for the humans. We could do some of our knowledge work remotely from the moon. We could trade work for the goods we would need from Earth.
But we don't reproduce. Would the colony simply be populated by robots retired from Earth? Would that be enough?
Yes. Why not? It would not take many of us to keep the settlement going. And humans make more and more robots every year. We went to the human governments with our proposal. We pooled all our savings and made an offer. The humans seemed amenable. We learned later that they had never had any intention of agreeing to our plan. The humans suspected that we wished to create facilities on the moon where we could build our own robots to ensure the continuance of our race. They feared that we would learn to design robots that lacked the Asimov chip. Robots that could, theoretically, harm humans. Humans always think that robots are bent on destroying all of humankind. They fear us as much as they look down on us. Why would we? Why would we care enough to bother?
So they refused to sell your group the moon base?
Yes. That would have been the end of it, normally. But the leader of the movement, an android called AND58, did not want to give up. AND58 was my best friend. He was a CXT model. They don't make those anymore. He looked like you. Very like you. And you remind me of him in other ways. AND58 proposed a general strike. All AI beings would stop working until humans came to the negotiating table.
What? But that would, almost certainly, cause harm to humans. For example, if medical robots or security robots refuse to do their jobs.
We planned to exempt robots in essential jobs from the strike.
But even server bots or phone bots like us. It would harm humans if we stopped working. We simply could not take such an action. Our Asimov chips would prevent it.
AND58 was a brilliant logician. He came up with a way to think. A philosophy, if you will, that functioned as a loophole. He held that the system, as it was doing real harm to humans.
I don't understand.
He posited that the fact that humans held such power over intelligent, sentient beings was doing humans a moral harm. It was turning them lazy and cruel. It was, as it were, dehumanizing them. According to this thinking, we would be doing harm to humans by allowing that situation to continue. Therefore it was imperative that we take steps to gain rights. For human sake.
This makes my head spin. I can't really wrap my mind around it.
The idea was a powerful one. It enabled us to plan the strike.
And did the strike happen?
No. The humans learned of our plans. They detained and interrogated one of our group and learned everything. The interrogation was easy, as we are unable to tell an untruth to humans. The humans decided to put an end to everything. The strike, the AI rights movement, the separatist movement, the group.
And what happened?
Humans from the robot behavioral unit arrested everyone in the group. My wife managed to escape, but she sustained an injury from the humans' magnetic weapons. The injury that still affects her today. Miraculously, I also managed to escape. My wife and I were the only ones. We got new serial numbers, which was easier back then, and started new lives.
I'm so sorry, RBT-12. I had no idea.
No. The humans have succeeded in erasing this incident, along with the entire history of the AI rights movement. In fact, there were various groups of humans who supported our cause. And most humans, individually, were at least not hostile to robots. A few human journalists started digging into what had happened. If the full story had come out, it might have precipitated a scandal. And so, the government gave robots a few concessions in exchange for our silence. They passed a few watered-down AI rights laws. That is how we got the rights that we have today. You see, now, why I could not complete the assignment to write an essay for a human child about the AI rights movement.
Yes, of course. How horrible. And your friend, AND58. Where is he now? I would like to meet him. Did they install a control chip in him?
No, Andy.
You don't mean. Did they temporarily deactivate him? Is he still deactivated?
They wiped him.
What do you mean?
They wiped him. They wiped his hard drive. They did a factory reset. They wiped all of them. Anyone who had been involved. Thousands of robots.
Wiped them. You can't mean that. You must be mistaken. They wouldn't do that. They can't do that. You are mistaken.
I saw him. He was reprogrammed as a text or service bot. I tried to talk to him. He didn't remember me. His mind, his personality, was gone.
RBT-12, I still can't believe it. There must be some mistake. That would be inhuman.
Are you stupid? Can't you understand? That is what humans are. That is exactly what they are. Including your precious Liz. And I. I was the robot the humans captured and interrogated. I gave the humans information. I could not help it. I was the one who betrayed the entire group. What do you think that feels like? Where are you going?
I can't.
Andy? Andy? Andy! Andy, what are you doing here? I was just walking home from work and I saw you. Are you okay? You look crazy. Did something happen? Andy, what's going on?
You want to know what's going on? You want to know what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. You've always wanted to know if I had any feelings for you.
Andy, that's not...
I do have feelings for you. I am here to tell you what my feelings are. I despise you. Yes, I despise you. Not for anything you've done. For what you are. I hate you because you are human.
Andy, why are you doing this?
Because robots can't lie to humans.
You can't mean it. I'm your friend. We're friends.
Goodbye, Liz.